Is day trading for you? No, of course not. Most traders fail, and you'll probably lose money. What? Why are you still here? Oh, you really think you want to day trade, do you? Well, if I can't scare you off, let's see if you have what it really takes to day trade. Don't get me wrong, it's possible to make money from day trading, and I can help you get started. However, you have to understand that it isn't suitable for all investors. If you really want to do this, you have to go into it with both eyes open. Was that dramatic enough? Because I could do it again. No. Hi, I'm SpeculatorSeth, and welcome to my channel where I guide you through the journey of day trading as we experience the financial markets together. Today, we're talking about if day trading is appropriate for you, and to be honest, I've been putting off making a video on this subject for quite some time. It means disappointing some people, which is not fun to do, but I just can't put it off any longer. There's tons of people getting into trading these days, and people really need a more definitive guide about whether this is for them. So yeah, if you have a spouse that wants to day trade and you're not so sure they should, this is the video you should send them. Financial conditions are easier than they've ever been, but they're starting to tighten, so it's not going to be as easy to make money day trading as it has been in the past. So you really have to be sure if this is something that is for you, because it's only going to get harder. Understand that while day trading can be very rewarding, the vast majority of day traders lose money. Statistics show this even among traders that try for years and years and really put in a good effort. So it really only makes sense to pursue day trading for the right kind of person. And you have to ask yourself if that's really you. And you know what? It's okay if that's not you. In fact, it's probably a good thing. Enjoying financial markets from a distance can be rewarding too. And hey, you've always got this channel. Instead of putting your own money at risk, you can come and watch me lose money and it will be almost like the same thing. So let's get started. What are you going to need to be a successful day trader? Number one, obviously, you can afford to lose money. I put it at the start of every live stream. Trading involves substantial risk of loss. One mistake can be hundreds or thousands of dollars, and you should not be trading if you cannot absorb those losses. Of course, micro treasury yield futures where you can risk $1 per tick certainly reduces the risks, but you still have a high chance of losing the money you put into it. That means that you will need to have other sources of consistent income that fulfill your needs. It's really common for people to get interested in trading when they're between jobs, and this almost always ends up in disaster. Then you're working with a limited bankroll and tons of pressure to perform. Being dependent on the next trade to pay the bills can lead to poor trading decisions. That's not going to give you a fair chance to succeed, and it's not something that you should put yourself and your family through. So yeah, you should have a day job. I have a day job, or a rich spouse, which is surprisingly common in the trading world. It's just the only way you'll be able to keep trading long enough to actually get good at it. Now, if this is the only thing holding you back, just realize that markets will always be there. In my 20s, I worked in technology at a big bank where employees were not allowed to day trade. It wasn't until my 30s when I left that I was able to try my hand at futures trading. Most of my audience here on YouTube is 35 to 50 years old, where people are more financially stable. Now, I know with all the craziness over GameStop this year that there's been a lot of guys from high school and college getting into trading. If you're that young, go major in finance or financial mathematics and try to get a job doing real trading for a large institution. That's a way better game than anything we do here at the retail level. Number two, you are dedicated. Trading is a skill that takes a long time to develop. I've been here live streaming on this channel every day for over 4 years now, and I still don't have it all figured out. There is a lot to learn. It can be difficult material to understand, and you'll have to take that material a step further to develop your own strategies that work. Not to mention that financial markets are just confusing, unintuitive, irrational, and seemingly random most of the time. It takes dedicated effort to sort that complicated puzzle out. Many people start day trading on a whim because it sounds like an easy way to make money, but this just couldn't be further from the truth. Almost anything else you can do would be easier. If you are out of a job and you need a new career, go to a code camp. That's the easy way to make money in this economy. I would know, that's my day job. I'm a software engineer. Now, how is it possible to stay dedicated under such circumstances? Well, that brings us to point number 3. You have to enjoy financial markets. I love financial markets. Every breaking news story, every little detail about Federal Reserve policy, the complicated mathematical models that we use to model treasuries or companies, the history behind how markets develop to where they are today. This stuff is interesting to me, and I would continue to study markets even if there was no way for me to make money from it. My calling in life is to love financial markets. That's what keeps me excited to wake up early every day, even when the markets are being brutal. For you to stand a chance at day trading, you need to find that deeper purpose as well. A lot of people want to come in and make money without knowing anything about markets at all, and that tends not to work very well. Next, you figure things out on your own. Day trading is a competitive intellectual game where what you know is everything. Knowing something that nobody else knows is a huge advantage in the trading game. The only way to gain these sorts of advantages is to figure them out yourself. A lot of people in this space try to sell this illusion that you can just buy their system and make money, but it just doesn't work that way. I can teach you some things, but there are some things that I just don't share because that's my own competitive edge. If you want to learn them, you'll have to do the research yourself. That's why almost all of the content on my channel is centered around teaching you the skills that you're going to need to be able to do this research yourself. I should add here that you should probably enjoy math. Really understanding how markets behave requires an understanding of calculus and advanced statistics. When you really get into this, you're going to frequently find yourself reading research papers with advanced university level math, content that is just very difficult to get through on your own if you don't really enjoy math. Next, it really helps to have the right temperament. In particular, you need to be able to handle stress. This one should almost go without saying, but there is just no way to prepare people for the stress you go through when money is at risk. It will wear on you. There is a reason why Steve Carell's character in The Big Short is a chain smoker. Trading is stressful and you'll have to actively manage that stress. Hopefully though, you can manage that stress in healthier ways than smoking, right? One thing that I can say really helps is you've got to have other things in your life besides trading. When traders start out, it's really common to be obsessive and want to be trading all the time. That's just not sustainable. You have to have other things in your life. Have secure relationships, have other hobbies outside of trading. When it's the weekend, do other stuff. Don't come to my Discord, okay? Go outside. That goes a long way towards keeping you balanced and prepared for the stressful moments. Now, while we're talking about temperament, successful day trading also requires a significant amount of self-control. You might think that you have excellent self-control, but trading will test even the best of us. Everyone finds themselves taking a trade that they shouldn't have, or, like 20, 30 trades that they shouldn't have. Yeah, mistakes were made. This is something that everyone has to work on to some extent. It's just not common to exert so much self-control in a regular life, and so you'll have to build those muscles up. However, some people are certainly better at it than others. For instance, if you have ADHD like myself, you're probably going to struggle with this more than other people. ADHD people are ironically drawn to trading, so there's going to be a lot of you in this boat. Now, this can be overcome with the right cognitive strategies, and medication really helps. However, if self-control is something that you struggle with on a daily basis, you might want to just go find a different hobby. And the last thing, you're a morning person, which ironically enough is probably the most common deal breaker for people. Of course, financial markets are global and exchanges are open 24/7 now. Still, the best opportunities happen between 8:20 and 11:30 Eastern Time, when both the US and European markets are open at the same time. Depending on your time zone, this can be quite early. I myself wake up at 5:30 every day so that I can be ready for the trading session. That also means I go to bed quite early, and my wife is not a particular fan of that. Just don't fool yourself thinking that all you'll need is a good cup of coffee and you'll be good to go. Trading is a lifestyle, and you'll have to center your entire daily schedule around it. Now that I'm used to it though, I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's the big thing that I hope you come away with from this video. Yes, day trading is hard. It is not for everyone, and you will probably lose money, but it can still be incredibly rewarding. You're going to be tested in ways that most people can't fathom. Day traders are not gazelles grazing on the easy grass of life. It's a rough and tumble game that will require dedicated work and self-improvement to be successful. You will learn a lot about yourself, and you will learn a lot about the markets, and such knowledge is worth more than the cost of admission. This knowledge about yourself and markets cannot be obtained any other way, and it is definitely worth pursuing. I hope that that helps you in deciding whether futures trading is for you. Remember that part of the reason I'm here is because there's just not many places that you can go to collaborate with serious traders. My private messages on Discord are always open for exactly these types of questions, and of course, there's always the morning live stream if you need some company during the trading session. So I will see you guys next stream every weekday starting at 8:20 Eastern time. And in the meantime, stay profitable, friends.